Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we are back in Stormworks yet again, and today we're actually back with the supply ship right here. Now if you guys were here for the previous video, you'll see that this thing actually moves now, and it is actually really stable too, which is awesome. What I want to do today is actually do something with the back end that involves some sort of crane, I guess, and also some sort of ramp as well. I really want to do something back here. So let's go ahead and get on with it, shall we? Alright, so there are a few things that I do actually want to check out here, and one of those is actually loading up a container, because I can't remember how wide they are. Presets, here we go. We should be able to find a container. There it is. And we should be able to figure out how wide they are. So apparently they are 11 wide. Let's just make sure on that one. Yes, 11 wide. By how long are they? Here we go. 11 by 29. Let's see if we can actually get some places for these on the back of our boat. Alright, so there might not be enough room for very many of these, but let's see. So if we put them as far this way as possible, let's go sideways 11, which is... oh wow, it's the same size as the ship. Luckily, we actually have the walkways on the outside, so that's actually sort of fine. That is okay. So let's go backwards by 28, because obviously that piece is there. So there you go. And then we can do this into the inside, do it this way, and there we go. So there's one. There's one. And then I think we should be able to fit another one in there as well. And we will put it directly next to this one. So 29, let's see. There it is. Across 9, I guess. Yep, sure. And then up we go. Here we go. All the way to the end, pretty much. And then back across. So we'll be able to carry at least 4 containers. That's actually really cool. So what do we do from here? Well, we delete each of the corners and we go down into the belly of the beast. Here we go. And we make sure that we can go to each of these and delete them all the way around. Here we go. Yes. Go to the back end, delete that one and that one, this one and this one. And then we need to go ahead and put some connectors actually in there. So electrical connector number 1 and number 2. So that's actually 4. I'm going to do it in these guys as well. And then I might actually paint these a little bit different too. Alright, so I was just thinking about it a little bit, and it would have made sense if I'd put the doors in different places, but I wasn't actually expecting to do anything like this anytime soon. So this is, yeah, this was never going to happen. But now it has, so there you go. Anyway, what we're going to do from there is go to the rear of the ship, and I'm going to delete 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's, how big is this? 9? Yeah, it's 9 wide. Let's go and delete those. And now it's 11 wide, and now it's 13 wide. Okay, and we'll do it again and again. So 17 wide is what this is. Let's go in a little bit. Here we go. And I guess we're going to build some sort of ramp into there somehow. Alright, so I've done a ramp down, as you guys can see. Let's go ahead and essentially just box this off from here. So that guy goes there, this guy goes up to there, and that one goes up to there. Excellent. Gonna delete all of the boxes that we don't necessarily need. There we go. And what does it look like from the outside? I guess that's fine. Yeah, we should be able to drag things up there. At least I'm assuming so anyway. Right, let's go ahead and paint this guy right here. Going up there, just like that. Very nice. And then I think I'll do the edges, just like this. And I'm not sure what to paint this bit with. I really don't know. I think I'm also going to actually grab this color and do this bit. And this bit, and then I might just get away with doing something like this. Maybe. I mean, this is uncommon, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So let's go ahead and paint all of that, just like so. And yeah, I'm assuming that'll be okay. Alright, so we've got that bit at the back. I've decided to go with like a little bit more camo, I guess. I've just taken the 3 different colors that are in here and just splashed them about back there. Honestly, I think that looks fine. The other thing that I wouldn't mind doing is actually making these guys like yellow, I guess, and then painting like a, I don't know, like a checkered line or something back here so that we know where these guys are, but maybe we don't do that. I'm not actually entirely sure what I want back here. So there you go. But those are definitely showing, so we know where they are. One thing that I wouldn't mind doing as well is actually having a button for each of these so that I can actually turn each of them on individually. And what that'll allow us to do is actually position things a little bit easier. So if we were to get a crane from somewhere outside and lower things onto this ship, we should be able to actually lower them into the right places. At least I think so, anyway. Alright, so in order to do that, we are going to get ourselves a red button. Yes! Let's go ahead and grab these. And I think I'm actually going to go ahead and put them at this end, and then we can turn on whichever one we need to be on from here somewhere. So, let's go ahead and actually put these in white instead. Delete that one and that one, put that there and there. And this is going to be for the containers. Rear right container. Yeah, rear right container. And then we're going to have like rear left container and front right container. So front, right. Oh, actually, I could just paste it. There we go, front right containers. So then what we need is some knots. Here we go. Knots. Shove those guys onto here. That's fine. 1 and 2. And then we need to shove these guys wherever they need to go. So, this one is going to go to each of these. So this is going to be the front right one. Here we go. And then this goes into there, just like that. And there you go. We then do the rear ones. So we connect these to each of these guys. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that means that they aren't on unless we push that button. We're going to do the same for the other side, and we'll go from there. Alright, so that's all done now on both sides. That is awesome. I do actually need to label these ones, though, because they're currently not labeled. Alright, so I was just thinking about this a little bit. Do we actually need the side pieces to be open? I don't really think we do. I need to check if any of them interact with these lights, but if they don't... Oh, this one does. That's so annoying. Then we would be fine. So what I need to do is actually move these guys this way one, and then I think I'm going to move them in that way. And overall, I think that'll actually look a hell of a lot nicer. So let me do that real quick, and I'll be back with you guys. Alright, so I have moved all of these guys around, so now when we've actually got containers on, we can walk down the middle if we want to. Don't know why I did that, but I did, so there you go. Anyway, I was just thinking, maybe it would actually be really cool if this ship had its own crane to actually load the containers on. And that would involve actually adding a track in here, in between these two walls, and then the crane would be mounted, like, on top of those. The only problem with that is obviously I'd then have to add an active stabilizer, which adds weight, the crane itself adds weight, and trying to lift something from the side of a ship like this onto the ship also requires more stabilization, which requires weight. So, yeah, I don't think I'm actually going to be doing that. But anyway, I think having the ability to actually have containers on here is still actually pretty much very viable. That's okay. The next thing that I wanted to do, and I have a, I don't know, annoying feeling about this. Not even annoying. It's not what I'm wanting to say. I just don't want to do this, is what I'm saying. But essentially, I'm going to add this guy into the inside of our beast. I then want, which is really annoying, to delete this guy right here. From there, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a hose, and we're going to shove that onto there like this. What is that hose going to be connected to? Well, you already know. It's going to be connected to that down there. Now, I know this isn't very good and it looks very weird, but that's fine. It's because I can't actually put a hose through a pulley, unfortunately. So, yeah, we're going to hide this one within the ship, and that's going to be fine. The only thing I would say from there is I do need to go to the underside of this, and I need to add a pump here, I think. So, I'm actually going to go and delete this as we go this way. And I'm going to put a pump inside the ship that will pump water out of our thingamabobby that goes under the water. Diving bell, that's what it is. So, fluid in, and fluid comes out this side. We're then going to pump it straight out of the floor right there. This is very weird, I know. And it's kind of like very strange that I'm bouncing all around the ship in one episode. But that's what I'm doing. I was also actually almost gonna go into the bridge too, but don't worry about that just yet. So fluid, here we go, fluid port is what we need. Shove that onto the bottom, obviously the right way around. There we go. Paint that in that color, there we go. Paint this guy, and these, and I think I might paint all of this as well. Obviously I could have shoved this in the floor, but that wouldn't allow us to hide the pipes, so there's no point in doing that. Anywho, pipe, yes, go ahead and shove that on there, pointing downwards. send it straight down into the floor. Yes. And then we obviously need to go with these guys, point it that way. This guy's going to point that way. And we need to shove these guys together like that. There we go. Very nice. Okay, so there's our pump. What is it doing? Well, it's going to pump the fluid out of this, I think. I don't know. We have to test that out to see if that actually works, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So let's go ahead and connect up to this one. And then down to this one. There we go. All right, fantastic. We're also going to have to slow everything down. This one's the slowest speed possible, so this one is going to be as well. All right, cool. This also sort of needs to be on all the time too. I don't think I can connect it to the same thing as that, but maybe I can. Let's see what happens. All right, so currently there is like no water in here, I don't think. Oh no, there is. There's water in here. So is it pumping out is the question. The answer is no. So I think I might actually have to turn that on all the time, which is fine. I could do that. It's just a little bit annoying. Or we could just get rid of the pump entirely and use the pump that's already on the thingamabobby, which I guess makes sense. So delete that and delete all of these. Yeah, delete even all of the pipes. We don't need the pipes anymore. And we're going to do this and this, and we're going to go and do this. Hey! But we do need a fluid port. Otherwise, we might have some serious issues. So shove that onto there. There we go. And now it should work. The only thing I'm thinking is this pump needs to be bigger. But let's go ahead and put it on here anyway. And maybe it'll pump out straight away. Let's see. Yeah, look! Water's coming out of there, which means there was water in here, but it's being pumped out, which is amazing. Although it's not being pumped out quick enough, is it? That's a lot of water. That's a lot of water. Okay, so we've tried to upgrade it. Let's see if that is still pumping. Let's have a little look right. Oh, I haven't actually connected the connectors. I do this all the time. I do it so badly every single time. So we need to make sure that this, which is our pump, is actually connected down to there. There we go. So now it will be pumping pretty much all the time. Let's have a little look underneath. And there we go. Hopefully that pumps out quicker than the other one, which it should, but at the same time it might not. We'll see. Anyway, let's go ahead and sit in here. And water is coming in, but hopefully it's not too bad. It looks like it's getting pretty bad. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and drop the diving bell down. Hopefully this other cable or the hose doesn't actually interfere with it too much. But I do feel like it might. Yeah, you see, that's not actually lowering it down, which I feel like it should be, but never mind. So let's have a little look down there. Have a little look inside. Is it full of water? It is kind of continuing to fill up, so I guess we actually just need the pump on the top to work properly. I was thinking that pumping it through the actual boat would alleviate pressure on it, but maybe it actually just works anyway. Alright, sure. That's fine. If it works, it works. It was just good to test this. So put that back there. Go back up to the top of this, deleting this guy, and get ourselves a fluid. Actually, just because I'm kind of interested, I'm going to go ahead and pipe it sideways and fire it out sideways. So, I don't know why, but there you go. Fluid port, let's do that again. Shove that guy directly under here. Obviously the right way around. There we go, and I guess that'll work better? Let's see. Alright, so is water coming in? Yes, it is. It wasn't doing this before, was it? I don't feel like it was. Anyway, it's being pumped out at the same time as it coming in. So hopefully it doesn't go too crazy. Although this is worse than it was. So I'm not sure what's going on here. It used to be somewhat fine, but now it's not. Anyway, let's go to the back of this and see what's going on back there. It's kind of important that we do check that every once in a while. So this is the work that we did. Obviously you can walk down the center. And this right here is the ramp, which does also work. You still can't walk on 1x4s, by the way. That is still a bug, which is so annoying. But there you go. Yeah, cool. Alright, so back to the ship. I actually want to go ahead and try and put some containers on it and see how well it floats with containers. I do feel like it might struggle a little bit, but we are going to go ahead and see. So, okay, right. There are bits on the side which are kind of annoying. These are going to have to fall down onto the boat, which seems like a really dangerous way of doing this. But let's go ahead and try and add 4 containers to our boat. It is a really bad idea, especially with the way that we've got them here. All right, paste that there. Hopefully these can be attached. They might have issues. Paste that there as well. Go. Remember, I added those buttons. We do actually need to push those buttons for this to work. But, we'll see. Right, here we go. Let's get on board the boat. And front right connectors. Hey, right, okay. This one hasn't really fallen into place very well, which is annoying. Go ahead and turn that one on. Turn this one on. Rear right. Rear left. Okay, they are actually connecting, which is nice. And then we finally have this one right here, which I feel like is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. Turn it on anyway and see what happens. It might work. It might be able to do something. But I highly doubt it. If I maybe fall on it? Nah, there's no way of me pushing that into there, is there? It's totally stuck. Oh, never mind. It's fixed itself, and now we have all of the containers in the world on the back. Nice. Alright, so let's raise the diving bell out of the ocean. Here we go, straight up into where it needs to be, which is just here. There we go, and then let's get up to the bridge and actually move it around with the containers on the back and do a bit of a sea test. Alright, so are we above the waterline? Yes, we are still above the waterline, which is nice. If we go left, let's see what happens here. I don't know whether our stability control system will deal with this very well, but it does seem to be fine. With all those containers on the back too, which is nice. I would say though, if we are going to be like carrying this many containers, I feel like this is probably the maximum. I wouldn't really want to add any more. However, if we were to add more, they'd probably go on top of these two at the front, and then we wouldn't do any on top of the ones at the back. We could also maybe get away with one on top of here as well, if I designed it that way, but I didn't, so never mind. But yeah, it actually works really, really well. Let's go ahead and introduce 100% wind. Alright, this is going to be a bit of a struggle for this boat, I think. The main thing that I'm looking for is whether it will actually tip over or not. And honestly, I don't think this is going to tip over. Let's do a full 360 and see if it tips. Because then the wind is actually going to hit us in the side, which means the stability control system will actually have more of an issue. But honestly, it doesn't seem to be having too much of an issue. We're still turning. Obviously, the deck is getting pretty low to the ground, but not too terrible. And these aren't the biggest waves you can have. Just saying. But yeah, let's go ahead and keep turning around. Alright, you can see that the wind is actually blowing our exhaust this way. Let's go ahead and see if we can drive straight back into the wind. And that will be how we know if it's stable or not. Honestly, it is. Look at it. 100% wind, and we aren't tipping over. Even though we're this tall as well. That's sick. Alright, we're almost all the way around. Yes! And once we are all the way around, I'm going to go ahead and say that that is a mission success. Alright, almost there. Very, very close. And I'm going to go ahead and say that that is pretty much it. So yes, it actually worked. What does our ship need now? Probably an anchor. I think I might do some sort of winch system on the front for that. And I'm not sure what else. Probably a lot of stuff. We still need a way to get into the bridge. We don't have one of those. But yeah, I think we've created something really cool here. Anyway, for now, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.